What's good, everybody? What is good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's get a game changed and we live. But welcome in, welcome in. So Phoenix against Atlanta. Hawks are taking on the Phoenix Suns, which Phoenix is rolling now. It's not gonna be as it wasn't easy last game. Atlanta had to come back from a deficit, matter of fact. So State Farm is packed out for sure. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Atlanta seems ready for business. We got some Ricochet and Porzingis practice highlights too. So we feeling confident, man. We feeling confident. No trade on the horizon. Trade rumors have kind of left Atlanta. Thankfully, no cloud is over the Hawks at the moment. Um, so welcome in everybody. We live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So everybody's coming along. My stream is finally catching up. There we go. So it's good, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, y'all. So let's get it. So game underway. Tip goes to Phoenix. So Atlanta's gonna have out there. It's gonna be Dyson, Akil, Kispert, Jalen, and Onyeka. Georgia Prius. You got any parlays Jalen's involved in? Hey, Onyeka, his 88th triple this season. First make for the night. Onyeka ain't letting us down so far. So Dylan Brooks over Kispert, no good. So Atlanta's gonna have to um, they're gonna have to maintain the glass pretty easily. Jalen turns it over, unfortunately. So Onyeka Okongwu with his triple ties the franchise record for threes made by a center for Atlanta. So Onyeka stepping up in a big way. I believe he can probably hit 100 plus threes the rate he's going. So see if he can break that record tonight. As Colin Gillespie knocks down that triple. And Jalen Johnson steps up for Atlanta and Georgia Prius and knocks down his first triple. So hopefully Georgia Prius's parlay goes through. So yeah, I hope they do, man. I hope they do. Onyeka a little off right there. Atlanta's gonna come away with it, and Onyeka's gonna try again from three. That's no good. So can't set the record with that one. So yeah, Georgia Prius, you got that. You got that large parlay, man. So I believe that's Mark Williams. Can't get that one to go. So Jalen brings it down for Atlanta. Finds Dyson in the corner. It'll be interesting to see what Dyson has to offer tonight. Offensively wasn't a great game. Defensively against Memphis it was pretty good, but he hits his first floater and gets it to go. So it's tied at 8. Like I said, we'll be interested to see what Dyson has to offer. So Dylan Brooks going to work early against Colin Gillespie that knocks down his second one. Good move. as Jalen finds a cutting on Yeka and gets that bucket, keeps it even. JJ already working. He is already working, so that's a good sign for Atlanta. So if Atlanta can hold Phoenix to their average and score their average on offense, they should get a dub. Phoenix is averaging 114 and Atlanta is averaging 117. So we'll see how Atlanta does. If their offense is clicking like normal, I think it should be a normal game. But Atlanta can is not going to be able to afford. Uh, they're not going to be able to afford empty possessions. They are going to have to execute at a high level tonight. So out of bounds here, it's going to be Atlanta ball on the baseline as Dyson's getting it in. He finds on Yeka. It'll be interesting. I think Phoenix is pretty good on both ends of the floor, so Atlanta's going to have to play very well as Kispert drives against Book. Cannot get that float to go. Atlanta's going to have to stay aggressive, though. They just can't rely on that three ball. So that's a warm-up shot there for Book, but he cannot get that to go. But Jalen finds Nikhil on the break. And the reverse no good from Nikhil, but Dyson does a great job and cleans that up right there. Yeah, I would. I mean, I know Atlanta is trailing Detroit by a pretty wide margin. Corey Kispert knocks down the warm up three. Yeah, Phoenix is gonna have to rotate a lot. I think Atlanta is not that great. It's not that great of a matchup for Phoenix. That's why they came back by a pretty large margin last game in Phoenix. Great stuff. As Nikhil frustrates Book there, gets a deflection, but doesn't get a turnover. But yeah, Atlanta. I think they match up well with Phoenix. Although Phoenix is a scrappy team, I think Atlanta's just as resilient. So we'll see how it goes. Atlanta's shooting 60% so far, compared to a Phoenix 50%. So both teams' offense is clicking. Haven't really missed a lot either teams. And Mark Williams just gets the roll right over the Hawks back line. um, there we go, Kispert. Yeah, I don't know what what it averages out to, but I know Atlanta has had the best um, defense in the league in the most recent games. But like that was before the blowouts. As Nikhil dimes up Jalen for the bucket. Let's go. Early lead. Let's go. So Georgia Prius says Phoenix has a team built like OKC. They just gotta rotate those guys. Yeah, they got everybody. It's not necessarily just on Book. They do have their star, but I feel like that's gonna be Atlanta too. As Atlanta is rolling here. It's a great start. Atlanta's usually for a majority of games they do have slow starts, so it's great to see Atlanta kind of not having to respond. They're throwing the first punch, which is great, man. Atlanta's gonna have to do that for sure this whole game. They can't afford to allow Phoenix to go on runs and get behind early. They definitely need to stay on top of things tonight. As Phoenix comes in, they are 27-17. So they are competing at a high level, executing over there in the West. So Atlanta has to stay on their P's and Q's tonight if they want to get the job done for sure. But yeah, I think Phoenix, like Georgia Prius mentions, they're kind of like OKC. They have their star, and then all of their role guys are really really good. Facts. What Georgia Prius says. Excuse me. But Atlanta is like that too. They have Jalen. Now I'm not throwing it out there for an excuse. I'm not excusing anything. I think if they can get the health back, they should be able to compete. I do believe with you. Now, if hear me out now, if KP kind of stays out, then Atlanta is a little thin. I'm not really expecting too much. Um, but yeah, with expecting KP back, I'm with you, Georgia Prius. Atlanta's gonna have to lock in for real. There's no excuses. But I don't know, man. I'm positive. With Jalen, his leap is like you can't go without stating something about that. Nikhil, um, even Dyson, man. I think his shooting percentage is kind of distracting from his overall game. I think if you look at it in like like from the big picture, he is running the offense for the first time in his career, and he's doing a really good job at it, averaging a career high um, in assists, career high in rebounds. And that doesn't really. Um, yeah, I feel you. So Christian Coloco is going to be the first sub for Atlanta. Um, Georgia Prius has his vision for the squad. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Dyson will be the ace at the small forward. I don't know if that'll work. He might get cooked. I think he might be a little too slow for a small forward. He won't be really able to do nothing but spot up shoot either. He can't really handle the rock. But I'm excited about Asa. I think Asa can be really impactful. As Jalen, great stuff. He powers through Phoenix's contact, gets getting to the line here for the first time. As Atlanta's holding on to a 5-point lead, 19-14, with 6 minutes to go. Halfway through the first quarter. But Jalen going to work here early on, but misses the first free throw. But I'm not expecting too much. But if Jalen can't play the small forward, if Jalen can't play the small forward, I doubt Quinn is gonna let Asa play the small forward. As much as I would be interested to see Jalen, damn, he misses both of those. Just in and out on both those free throws. So Jalen sitting at 5 points, 5 rebounds. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think it could be a polished team in the next year or two. I don't think this year is the year where Atlanta competes for the championship. But I really think they can make a year where they make a name for themselves. So CJ misses that first three. Long rebound goes to Corey Kispert. So Koloko and McCollum, first ones in the game. Koloko hits that turnaround jumper pretty smooth. Like I said last time, I think he might have found a spot on his team. A little late on that contest by Iguodaro. Jalen in the corner. He finds Luke Kennard on the wing. Luke Kennard pivots, finds Jalen. Jalen finds Dyson right there to almost put it in. But Dyson's push shot does not go. So it's 21-16. It's an excellent pass by Jalen there. But yeah, Georgia Prius, there's nothing wrong with your suggestions. Jalen finding CJ on the break. CJ La or floater cannot go. Dyson cuts. Finds Koloko. Woo. Iguodaro just swats that. Oh yeah, we got Koloko. He signed a 10-day recently. Kind of in between the Milwaukee game and Memphis game. Actually, I believe he might have played. He might have got signed maybe before the Milwaukee game, but it was the last week, previous week. So pretty new. So pretty new. Still not a. It's not something you not necessarily like should have known. He was just a little 10-day too. Wasn't really any major announcements. CJ, nice little step back off the Jalen Johnson A little handoff. So 23-18. That's a good look for CJ. CJ is or one of two now, as Book cannot get that to go. Long rebound falls into Kennard's hand. But yeah, I think Koloko is going to be a very intriguing signing if they do consider him past longer than the 10 day. Oh, Jalen's midi in and out. That's a bummer. So Atlanta's sitting at 10 of 19. Hey yo, that's crazy. That is crazy work. The number one pick, bro. Come on, man. I can't get behind that one. I can't get behind that one, man. Um, we got to give Zach some time. I have faith in Zach. Facts. Koloko is definitely a big piece, but he's not that important. Like in ranks of like importance, Ricochet's still up here while Koloko is still right here. Cause once Kristaps come back, Koloko's gonna kind of lose his minutes, unfortunately. Because I think I would like to see Koloko play at a consistent rate, but Atlanta does still have Moge. They still have Asa. Um, so Koloko is definitely gonna get pure just center minutes. So I mean, he is good, man. Um, it's not too many rookies you could say have dropped 38 points on like 15 dribbles. So I think Zach has shown his potential. He just needs to. Well, first of all, Quinn this year needs to kind of get off his high horse and allow him to play. He hasn't been getting minutes, but when he does get minutes, he contributes. So I'm not really on. I'm not really on the side of the fence that says Zach isn't good. So I'm not really. Brother, like this isn't 2K, man. I understand that. Yeah, that's probably gonna make the team better, but is OKC gonna do that? Hell nah, bro. They just won a championship with SGA. They aren't gonna do that, bro. It's a good move by Onyeka. It's in and out. That's where you lost me, dog. You lost me, bro. I'm glad you a Hawks fan, but that's where you lost me, brother. God damn. I've never seen Zach get broke like that. I've never seen Zach get broke like that by Jalen Green. Never. I ain't never seen Zach get broke like that. As Kennard just got hit. I love Luke Kennard. See, you turning me into a hater real quick. But nah, bro. Zach is 6'9", 6'10" shooter who is just turned 20. You not gonna convince me he not nice, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think Atlanta's look, man. I don't have a lot of faith in Atlanta's draft capabilities, but I also don't think they're that dumb to draft Zachary Richey and him not be somewhat nice. I mean, bro, he has almost dropped a 40 ball. Like, not a lot of players can say they've dropped over 35 points in the NBA. Like, you gotta put that in perspective, dog. Like, I understand he's not your typical first number one pick, but I think if you give him a chance, he can develop into an all star like player. You just got to give him a chance. Because shoot, if say 1 year he shoots maybe close to 40% from three, like he gonna average 17 to 20 points. Okay, brother, but I feel you. But Shea is what 25, 26 years old. So you would rather trade uh 18 or 19-year-old AJ DeBanso or Darren Peterson for SGA for what 4 years? He might not even stay in Atlanta. So it's just not likely, brother. It's just not likely. I mean, yeah, that you could say SGA and all are cousins, but like, is that gonna mean anything? OKC is like you got to think, bro. OKC has thrown the bag at SGA, and they love him over there. So like, I'm not quite sure that's enough pull to say SGA wants to come over here in the first place. So as explosive as that move would be for the now, like 5 to 10 years down the road, it's not going to be sustainable. There's no reason to do that. Atlanta finally has. If you think about it, 2 years ago, I mean, possibly, and they could possibly be a second round exit because that's only three of them. So what Atlanta's building is special. I think fans got to remember to have patience with this whole thing. It's not gonna come overnight. Um, we have a star in Jalen, so we just got to build around Jalen because we've seen what Atlanta has done when they don't build around him. Yeah, I mean CJ is cool for what he is, but you got to remember like his role on this team is not what it was 5 to 10 years ago. Like he is not going to be that star player. Is now is goddamn Atlanta going on one of their streaks now. They started the quarter off cold, but now they're finishing the quarter off cold. So after the timeout, it's 23-22, and Nikhil can't get that late to go. But yeah, back to CJ. Um, he's a cone on defense as well. He's just a little taller than Trey Young, so it's not really an improvement on defense from Trey. So I think that trade off, I mean, and offense isn't as good as Trey Young either. So I think it is something to keep the boat afloat as Nikhil is fouled on that 3-point shot. As Gillespie fouls him on that one. So Nikhil going to the line. Thankfully, Nikhil is one of the better Atlanta free throw shooters. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not really one to like say, "Oh, look at the future." I mean, I feel you. CJ don't really. He's not quite running PG solely out there. You got to look at it. Atlanta has Luke Kennard, Nikhil, and Dyson. So I believe Atlanta's gonna buy into Dyson running that point guard position in the future. I think they'll both be able to kind of find themselves within the Hawks, but they have to. They're coming into a new organization, one that is competitive. So CJ and Kispert got to realize that they're playing for something. Even though the Hawks are kind of mid at the moment, they can be good. So, and I think when Nikhil's leap, bro, you got to recognize that he's at 20.5 points. He has never averaged double digit points ever in his career. So this jump is like 11 point jump. So it's impressive from Nikhil, and you can't bat an eye at that. As Mo fighting for that board, he comes away with it. But yeah, Moge has potential too. Asa has potential. So what Atlanta is building is special. I think they can turn it into something if they continue to develop their guys and buy into the guys, and the guys buy into the system. So I think Atlanta has a bright future ahead of themselves if they make the right decisions, and not get too not get ahead of themselves as Moge is going to the line here. Maybe to hit one or two. There we go. Knocks one home. But yeah. Um, but shout out Mo, man. He's been playing really well. I think once Atlanta gets their guys back from injury, CJ and Corey Kispert will kind of, gel a little better since they won't have to do as much. They probably came in knowing that, hey, these guys are a little banged up at the moment, so I can still kind of get my stuff off. But with the ooh, who was that? Oh, Grayson Allen knocks down the three, ties up the game. But yeah, with Jalen expanding his game, Dyson expanding his game. Who was that two, CJ? Who was that two, bro? Come on, dog. So I don't know if they were old teammates, but Grayson Allen and Luke Kennard kind of battling right here. Grayson Allen just gets the push shot right over it. Luke. If Atlanta wants to push, they could get a 2-for-1, but it doesn't seem like CJ has any sense of urgency at the moment. Okay, 3, no good. So, but yeah, I think with the trade, it also gives room for Zach to improve as well and kind of grow his game. So I'll be interested to see what that looks like as Nikhil playing great defense here on Gillespie. Swing for Phoenix. It's gonna be good. So 31-27. First quarter ends not so well for Atlanta. Yeah, the team is gonna be okay. I have faith with you, Georgia Prius. We might have our we might agree to have different methods to the success, but we see the vision. We know it's gonna be somewhat successful, man. So Atlanta is trailing, unfortunately, here. Orlando started the first quarter out pretty hot, but kind of cooled off there in the last, I would say, 4 to 3 minutes. So Onyeka 5, Nikhil 3. Nobody in right now at the moment really going off. But Jalen's leading the way for Atlanta.